総員第一種戦闘配置対空迎撃戦用意
信じ
Hey guys, I'm quickly go over the Hyperion O2 build I have here. You'll notice that it is an EVA based Hyperion, but instead of a black base, it is using a white base. Essentially what I've done here is I have taken a white base Hyperion and migrated the EVA Hyperion specific items over onto it. Now, obviously there are a lot of custom parts to this build, so I'm going to quickly highlight what they are and we'll go over each one of them. There's a custom screen mount at the bottom. The 4090 has been customized to be red and white instead. There's a front fan grille that is custom to look like the AT fields with the Unit 02 in the middle. There's a custom Ryujin 3 EVA edition block. And there's also a custom distro themed onto the emergency kind of logo. And the same applies for the mid plate that's covering over the PSU. And of course, there are some custom items on the back as well. So let's quickly first dig into the GPU. So this was actually one of the first things I did after I did the case. I had taken the 4090 Strix white and I had removed the fans. I had removed the mid plate bracket and the rear design element, and I put that onto the 4090 EVA. And then I kept the backplate, but since it's not really shown in this build, it's not really a big deal. But obviously, in order to do this, you do need to have access to a 4090 Strix, or at least a cooler, or even a 90 white Strix. But that is what this is. So I had explored mounting the GPU slightly differently. In this configuration, this is on a Fantex bracket at 45 degrees. Unfortunately, this bracket is really only designed for Fantex cases, so it does sag in other situations. Now, I could have made my own, but I felt that considering what I was going to do with the AIO, once I got the AIO, that this configuration would block the tubes coming out of the AIO. If you also notice from this photo here, I'm actually using an extreme that I had added red parts to, because at this time I had difficulty getting the Z790 EVA board, which case I have to thank ASUS for sending out to me. Moving on to one of the other custom parts, this is actually the rear distro. For those that don't realize, this is a 3D printed cover on top of an actual distro. I did design the cover to look like the Evangelion emergency hexagons. It actually does have a different terms of depth. The black ones are actually taller, and as for all the small emergency decals you see, those are actually put on by tweezer, one letter at a time, which really sucked. So one of the other custom aspects is the front pump res. This is probably also one of the first items I worked on in this case. It's actually previous to that distro I just showed. Obviously, since this photo was taken, I did replace the rear pump cover with a custom printed nerve. I originally did do the Willy, but that actually didn't look as good as the nerve, although I think the nerve could have done a better job as well. So one of the other custom items I have is the PSU cover top. I decided to make a cover that extends over the entire Hyperion PSU cover all the way to the front fan bracket for a cleaner look. It's kind of hard to see because the GPU is covered it all. So here what I have is a 3D CAD render from when I designed the top in Fusion. Obviously there's also a custom 3D printed piece with the same emergency hexagons and once again the tweezing on of the emergency logo. So moving on to the front fan grille. This fan grille is designed to kind of cover up the gaps that would exist elsewise because the front is designed to mount to 140 and 360s. And because I'm using the 360 fans from the AIO itself, this allows me to cover up the empty space and have also a themed look as well. You can see from the photo here, this is a photo from the CAD. so you can kind of see what it looks like out of the system itself. Moving on down to the screen, this is actually an 8.8-inch screen. It's using the same holder I used in Hyperion 1, which I'll put a link to in this video. Hyperion 1 really helped me get down a lot of the measurements and pieces that I would then kind of retune a little bit for other Hyperions. And you'll see in the CAD render here what I tried to do. Essentially, the swordish looking thing that's over it is supposed to be the Spear of Cassius. Didn't exactly come out as good as I wanted it to, but I think those who are fans of the anime get the idea. So moving on to the back, here we have the wire management panel. I chose also to use the white cover because by default there's the red cover that comes with the Hyperion Eva edition is totally clear, and there's a lot of IO wires behind it, which I think I did post a photo of Instagram and CableMod blasted it, which kind of blew my mind, but I will put that up. So as I was saying earlier, you can see that with the clear cover, all the IO wires are being shown, and it just doesn't work out too well. And to address that gap, the 360 gap where the wire cover is, I decided to pretty much cut a unit 02 onto a thin piece of acrylic, and kind of that makes up for the missing unit 02 in the front of the case had I used the standard case. So overall, having done Hyperion 1 helped me do this case for some of the custom parts, but at the same time, I feel like while I'm quite happy with the result, I feel like there's definitely some parts that could have been done better, like the custom theming areas. But once again, I am new to that. So if I keep going down that route, I'll definitely try to make some improvements. But that pretty much covers everything in this build. If I didn't cover it, the AIO that you're seeing is pretty much the original Ryujin 3 EVA edition, just I removed it and then I modified it to take G14 ports using the Modding Cafe adapter. So that pretty much sums it up for this build. The next one coming up is not going to be a Hyperion. It's going to be in a non-released case yet, so that might be interesting. And thanks for watching. Stay safe and take care.